Hello, how y'all doing again? Thank you for seeing me. Gonna keep powering through this. Life's still freaking trying to jack me up, but still trying to plow forward. Got one or two good things in the wind. Nothing materialized yet, but one definitely looks like it's about to, so we'll see. Going through with these questions, I'm moving on to question 3. When is it? This is of all the 7 questions, this is the I don't know how to word it, like trickiest, I guess, because it it has a different space in theater, because in acting in general, because you can do period pieces. So when you say when is it, well, is this an 1800s theater period piece? Is this 1,000 years in the future? So it's time has a different space there, but it's still, it works with us as beings as well, because it's one of those things where people say, oh, don't live in the past, oh, stay in the present, don't think in the future. Where to me, I get that for most people, but most people haven't developed their mind to where they can. It's like, in my sense, I live in the past, present, and future at the same time, because there's multiple versions of me. I've developed multiple versions of me. So I can have versions of me in the past that are working in a back processor that are trying to fix the things that are broken in the past. Why did they break? What happened? Blah, blah, blah. Or also, I have ones that are focused on the future. Okay, what's coming up? What do we need to do? What do we need to process? Stuff like that. What's in the way? It's asking these things in multiple different ways, but you have to build that in yourself. It doesn't. It's not a standard model issue. But anyways, getting back into this question, when is it? In our lives, we have to deal with that. It's as I'll get into the question, it's like time does matter. It's tied to our lives. But getting into the question 3. Question 3, when is it? This question deals with the moment in relation to time. Rush hour traffic, holidays, morning and night, meal times. There are tons of ways that our lives are tied to time personally and socially. We tend to notice the ones that have the most dramatic impact in our lives, like rush hour, or even smaller moments like when we eat or sleep can be really important. Some of our decisions have the time dimension to them. We ask ourselves, when is it the right time for blank? When is it the right time to ask for help? When is it time to save for retirement? When is it time to ask for a promotion? When is it time to look for another job? My guess is most of us pretty bad at knowing when time is to ask for help. Our culture tends to value independence and view needing help as an admission of weakness. As an exercise, it's always great to be in actual places when you can, but if you're not able to, you can recreate them in your mind as best you can. Think of a place you know well and picture how that place can change as time passes. Again, look for patterns and ask why they exist. Think of the difference over the course of the day, and then the differences over the day of the week, and then the different months of the year. Become aware of the weather and the season, as these affect the environment and the people, animals, and other things that will appear in it. Reflect on your own relationship to time. What are you doing daily, weekly, or your seasonal patterns? Do you go to bed too late, or do you frequently skip meals? Do you take a really long break on the weekends, or do you keep working? Are you more active during the spring and fall compared to either the winter or the summer? When do you do your best work? When do you feel the most motivated to exercise or to clean? There's an emerging body of evidence called time perspective theory that simply claims our attitude towards the past, present, and future impact how we think, feel, and act. This theory looks as to whether we're obsessed as bad stuff happens in the past or think with fondness with it. Excuse me. Whether we enjoy the present or we feel out of control, or whether we work toward future goals or put out all hopes of in the afterlife. It's also interested in how we can shift between states. As part of this exercise, you can ask, am I concerned with the past, present, or future right now? In what way? When do I tend to think about each one? How do my thoughts about each one affect the choices I make in my family, my health, my job, etc.? Take stock in how you spend your time and how time works on you. Then make changes to help you use your time better or to become more aware of the passing time. Like I said, it's it's valuable to us to think about time and how it affects our lives. Most people don't. But I mean, if you're in a relationship and you want to have a serious conversation with your significant other, it's better to ask them after a meal than before a meal. You don't want to ask somebody hungry. We know that. But again, when is the right time to ask these things? It's not just about like, the time on the clock. It's about moments like that. Before or after you eat, that's a time. Anyways, thank you for sticking with me this long. I appreciate your time. I know it's valuable, and I hope you have a lovely rest of the day. Take care.